Well, hello and welcome back, everyone. This is the Twin Flame Daily Tarot. My name is Tony, and this is the pick a card for the collective for Thursday. What is today? September 10th. Thursday, September 10th, 2020. However, anytime you are here is exactly when you are intended to be here because time is limitless. Hello, welcome back to my returning subscribers, and hello if you are new here. I am so glad that you found me. As I said, this is going to be a tarot and oracle pick a card for the general collective. So we are going to pick a pile of cards from these 5 piles. We've got little seashells and animals of the ocean today. So you're going to pick which one resonates with you or which pile number resonates most with you. Drop down below into the links in the description or in the comments to find out what your message for today is. If you like any of these decks of cards, they will be linked in the description today. We are going to be healing with the angels. We're going to use the angels and ancestors oracle cards, the Moonology oracle cards, the Halloween oracle, and lastly, but not leastly, we're going to have the Chrysalis Tarot. All right, let me put these bad boys back up. There we go. Let's get to it. Let's look what we got. All right, so in pile 1, we have this very cool Tribolite. He's about 41 million plus years old. I mean, think about that. I'm holding something that's over 40 million years old in my hands. How cool is that? 2, we have, I can't remember what kind of shell this is called, like a puka. No, it's not puka. I don't remember what this is called. I actually found this on the beach in Saipan. Number 3, we have a little conch shell. I think that's what this is. Heck, I don't know. Don't ask me. Number 4, we have some peacock ore, which I just love. It reminds me of the ocean. And number 5, we have another beautiful shell. Look at this, that mother of pearl in there. Can y'all see how gorgeous that is? All right, so again, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, pile 5. Drop down below the links in the description or the comments and get your message for today. Okie dokie, welcome back, pile number 1. If you chose the Tribolite, which, I mean, honestly, have y'all ever held a stone in your hand and thought how old it is and how many millions of years are? So this is the first known life forms on Earth. They lived in the ocean. These are the Tribolites. How cool is this? Very, very cool. It comes from Morocco. Let's see what you got. All right. First, oh, this is a good way to start. 6 of spirals. That's a 6 of wands. Up next, you got Mummy, change. Up next, you have a new romantic cycle begins. Well, there's some change for you. In spring, see your seeds grow. And lastly, oh my goodness, pile 1. You've got a beautiful message here. So it looks like we've got a new cycle beginning for you, pile 1. Let's just start right here in the very beginning. We've got that new moon in Libra, as I said today. If you caught the general tarot reading for today, today is the 4th quarter moon in Gemini. Gemini is the complementary astrological sign to Libra as well as Sagittarius. So it's interesting. You pulled new moon in Libra. This is about feeling that balance return to your life, that harmony return to your life, that fairness return to your life. And it appears the new romantic cycle is going to begin. Now, for those of you who are already in union or in partnership, do not worry. This does not mean you're going to be stepping out on your partner or something crazy is going to be happening. It could just be that the partnership, the union that you are already in is going to be able to grow. It's going to be able to maybe evolve and ascend to a new level. And this is beautiful. You know, it looks like a new start, a new fresh start for your partnership. For those of you who are not in a partnership or in union, you are about to begin a new romantic cycle. This message has been strong, strong, strong since I'd say about the last week of August, maybe even the 2nd week of August. We've been having a lot of the twin flames are activating. If you don't follow along with the twin flames, there's lots of information here, and I also do a daily twin flame forecast for those of you who are in union. So those of you who want to be on that twin flame path, this is coming. This is coming now, because look what's on either side, what's affecting this new romantic cycle. And as I said, this does not mean, if those of you who are already in partnership, this does not mean you're going to have a new relationship. It means your partnership is going to have a new cycle. Look, you have change and you have see your seeds grow. So, these seeds that you've been planting, these changes you've been hoping for, these, new beginnings that you prayed for, perhaps, these things that you released under the full moon so that you could, these seeds that you planted, maybe even, they're about to grow and they're about to blossom and they're about to begin some kind of new cycle for you. Some kind of, it looks like new, very fertile cycle from you. You're going to be able to, unwrap the old layers of you, and a whole new you is going to come forth. Also, I want to say, when we're talking about balance and romantic cycle, please remember, we also, when talking about the twin flames, we are also discussing the divine masculine and divine feminine that lay, the aspect that is within everybody. Everybody has a divine masculine and divine feminine within you. So this is about getting that balance within yourself. Maybe this is that change that you want, that balance that you're going to get within yourself. These seeds that you planted within yourself are going to be beginning to grow because you've been nourishing them and you've been taking care of them. And you're going to be able to maybe get some forward momentum in your life, because you are going to be getting more in balance, more in alignment with your higher self. That's what this is about. Look what's on either side of see your seeds grow and the change. Look here. You've got 6 of spirals and you've got body care. Okay. Wow. All right, let's just look straight here. First of all, look at all these moons. It's like it goes from the full moon to a little bit, well, I mean, it is a full moon, but starting to wane some, to, that just barely new moon, to the full new moon right here. I mean, not the full moon, but the new moon, to the growth too. So it's kind of an interesting arc you have going here. This is the release. This is releasing more. This is the dark, the almost dark, the full dark, and now the new beginning. This is gorgeous. 6 of spirals affecting change. 6 of spirals. That's a 6 of wands, everybody. Victory, success. Come on, focus. There we go. Victory, success. I don't know why it doesn't want to focus. It's just being hateful like that. But trust me when I say this is victory, this is success, this is public recognition. You are about to get a lot of success. This change is going to give you a lot of success. And this success has come from you. This success has come from you releasing. There's that full moon again. This is about releasing the things that no longer serve you. And when full moons show up, they show us, the things that we've been holding on to in the dark, the things that remain hidden in the shadows that we need to let go of. And you, I do believe, got out there and maybe even took some of my advice or whoever's advice you took, got out in those full moons, and you've been working, releasing, pulling in, calling in that change that you want to see, calling in this new, healthy, fertile cycle in your life. And look right there, this see your seeds grow, body care. Body care. You have been taking care of your own needs. Come on and focus. There we go. You've been taking care of your own needs. You've been putting yourself and your needs first. And I don't just mean your physical needs, although your body is probably looking a little bit more healthy these days if you pick this pile. But more than likely also you're taking care of your, emotional, physical, and spiritual needs as well. These are all part of the body, And you've been doing the work. You've been showing up for yourself. And this work that you've been doing, this body care that you've been giving yourself emotionally, spiritually, physically, all this release you've been doing for yourself, release. Yeah, it's about to pay off big time. You're about to witness some great changes. You're about to see your seeds grow. You are about to usher in a whole new fertile romantic cycle. Some of you may be even getting pregnant. When that rabbit shows up, when that bunny shows up, this is saying, hey, now's a really good time. If you've been trying to, if you've been wanting to make a baby, well, maybe today's a good time, because look what's about to begin, baby. Some big old changes to your body and some big old successful changes. Also, I just want to say one more thing. As I just said, you're about to have some big successful changes to your body. This would be an excellent time to begin a healthcare routine. If you've been considering wanting to try some kind of, new exercise, some, healthier eating, some new health, improved habits, meditation, whatever that is, yoga, whatever, now is the perfect time. Now is the absolute perfect time. All right, pile 1. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, if you haven't already, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I will love you forever and ever and always. Mwah, if you will, I appreciate you. And I post new content Monday through Friday. I hope I get to see you again. And until I do, know how much I love you, and I hope you keep on praying. Bye. Welcome back, pile number 2. Okie dokie. So This sweet guy comes all the way from the Pacific island of Saipan, which is a Commonwealth of the United States island. I lived there for a few years, and that's beautiful. So I forget what this is called. I want to say puka, but that is absolutely not right. So just ignore that word. Let's see what is. Ooh, look how you already started. Look at that. That is the 10 of stones, the 10 of, come on, focus. The 10 of pentacles. Okay. What you got next? The lamp, remembrance. That's interesting, right next to a legacy. Okay, and then right next, okay, gorgeous. A personal resolution reaches a conclusion. I mean, how beautiful is she? The water guardian. Connect with your emotions. And lastly, self-acceptance. Wow, pile 2. Okay, so you've definitely been dealing with some kind of personal resolution. I have a feeling it may even have to do with your family, because this is Cancer. Cancer has to do with, you know, your emotions. And Cancer is very, very, very family oriented. Cancer, everything they do is family based. You know, if you're a father, for instance, and you're Cancer, you're probably a very hardworking dad. For instance, I'm married to a Cancer, and I'm going to tell you, he's a hardworking dad. They're very family oriented is the word I'm trying to say. So it looks like maybe a personal issue is reaching its resolution, perhaps maybe even a issue regarding, you know, your family. Pile 2 is coming to a resolution. This is beautiful. Look what's on either side of this. You have remembrance and connect to your emotions. So you're being asked to remember. You know, the most important thing that most people don't understand is that when you are tapping into your own divine self, your own divine knowing, it's not that you are learning something new. It's that you were remembering something you had already forgot. You knew this. You knew this before you even came down to this earth. Your soul has known this in infinite lifetimes, and you are just remembering, and that's all you're doing to your soul. You are being asked to, again, look, you got that emotion, the water guardian sitting right next to Cancer. So, I mean, she would definitely be Cancer's guardian. The water guardian would be. So you are being asked to connect to your emotions, and please try to remember, it looks like, you know, if this is a family issue that you're coming to a resolution with, you're maybe being asked to remember what it is. You're being asked maybe to look, you know, through the windows of your past, you know, the situation, and to connect with your emotions about what it is you loved about this person, maybe that you're having this issue with, you know, that needs to be resolved, because you need to maybe connect back into that energy, that vibration, that frequency of love, and that emotions that you felt that were healing. Okay, because that is how you're going to heal this situation, is to be able to look at the situation purely with through the eyes of love. Okay, you need to connect with your emotions and tap into your deepest emotions. And the thing that you need to remember is that you're made of and from love. Okay, you are love. You are living embodiment of love. Tap into that emotion and get yourself feeling that love. Remember, have a remembrance of that love and within of who you are. And remember, the person in the situation that needs to, that you're dealing with, this situation that needs to be resolved, these people are people too. And they are made of love too. And again, I said this in, I don't remember if it was the daily reading or in Powell. No, it was a daily reading. But hurt people, right? So if they hurt you, remember it's because they were hurt and they probably need some love too. So try to remember they need love too. Tap into your emotions and bless yourself in this situation with love. Because when you were able to connect with your emotions, when you were able to tap into that remembrance of who you are and what you're made of, and not only you, but everyone and everything around you, when you have that remembrance of that divine love that you are, then you're going to be able to forgive yourself and the situation and the other people in the situation, and you're going to be able to make room for forgiveness for you, and it's going to be able to whoosh, release. And you know what's going to be left behind? Look here. 10 of Stones. Focus. 10 of Stones and body care. All right, 10 of Stones. That is the 10 of Pentacles. I love her. Those 10 of Pentacles, when she shows up, this is the legacy, the culmination, right? This is what you're leaving behind. This is the inheritance even. This is, you know, what you've inherited from your family. Maybe I do feel like this is definitely about your family. Perhaps, you know, this situation has come to be because you all act so much alike. This is the inheritance that you got from your family. This pattern of situations, of energy exchanges between you that has led to a situation, a personal issue even, that it has, had you dealing with your emotions. And you're being asked to remember that your family, they're human too. You're being asked to connect, to remember that they have their emotions at play too, and they are only human. And you're being asked, what do you want the future generations to be able to look at this situation and gather? What is the legacy that you're leaving behind from the culmination of this situation? What is the culmination of the energy of this situation? Because really, at the end of the day, that's what people are going to remember. They're going to remember how they felt about the situation. When they remember the memory, they're also going to remember how they felt. And how that feeling is going to be in their body, and it's going to process through them, and it's going to, reflect back to them in their own environment. And that's what's happening to you. Remember, how you feel about the situation is being reflected back to you and your own environment. So it looks like it is time for you maybe to make some peace with yourself and others in this situation. And if you want to make peace with others, you're going to have to make peace with yourself, because the only way anybody's ever going to forgive you is if you can forgive yourself. So what is the story you want the future generations to tell about this situation? I don't know anything about what's going on for any of you. I'm just going to make up, this has nothing to do with my life, okay? I'm making this up. Let's say there's two brothers and they owned a store, and maybe dad owned the store. The brothers grew up working there and dad died, and now the brothers own the store and they're getting older, and one of them wants to retire and move on, so he wants to sell his half, but the other one wants to hold it. And he's like, hey, let me buy it out and I'll leave it, this way I can have it and I can leave it for my children. And the brother's like, no, I want to sell my part, give that money to my kids. Why should your kids get all this money, right? And now they're arguing and they're arguing, they're going back and forth and they're going back and forth. In the end, though, what was the point? The one brother wanted money for his children, the other brother wanted money for his children, and that's all that ever mattered. They both did it because they loved their family, right? But at the end of the day, the people that are watching them and how this is all going to play out and how it all ends is their children. So they need to look at the legacy that they're leaving behind, and they need to accept their part in this situation. And you need to accept your part in this situation and maybe forgive yourself so that others can forgive you. Connect with your emotions about how you feel. Look at that blue moon looking down over that whole situation. And that blue moon is asking you to connect with your emotions. Remember who you are and remember who they are. Remember that you and them are of and made of and from love. Forgive them, forgive yourself, allow room for others to forgive you, and watch that legacy that you leave behind not be one of sadness and of fear and of hurt and pain and confusion that's going to affect the future generations. Because if you do not think the mess that you make your children are not cleaning up, you are absolutely wrong. I promise you, I'm cleaning up my parents' mess all the time, okay? So don't for a second doubt that you are not leaving behind a legacy of pain, confusion, and hurt, but you have a choice. You can remember what matters the most to you. And if you are like, I think you are because you chose this pile number 2, you are actually understand that love and family is all that matters. So it's time to heal this situation. It's time to bring love to this situation. And it's time to leave behind love for your family. Okay, card pile number 2. I hope you found this helpful. And if there's anything you want to talk about, let's talk about it down in the comments. Okie doke. Come back. I post new content Monday through Friday, and I hope I get to see you again. And until I do, know how much I love you, and I hope you keep on praying. Bye, pile number 2. Welcome back, pile number 3. So if you chose the seashell, I don't know, it's not a conch, but it's one of those cool ones you can put to your ear and hear the ocean. So that's fun. Let's see if you can hear it. Nope, didn't work. Sorry. Well, we tried. Let's see what you got, pile number 3. Oh, look at that big start. The Magician. Hang on, let's move this guy a little bit further out of the way. You go from one bird to another bird. Look at that, the dawn. The dawn, the light after the darkness. And then in the very middle, you have your dreams need a practical plan, the full moon in Taurus. And then from there, I love her. The magic guardian has shown up again. Unlock the magic within. And lastly, Serenity. Oh, I mean, let's talk talk about this pile number 3. This is kind of dang incredible. So it looks like you have been working on trying to crush some goals maybe lately. You've been really working on trying to achieve something. Maybe you've even got like an itch, an idea, something you want to make happen in the future. You know, you've got a sudden spark of inspiration. You're ready to run with it. But listen, that's great, but you're not going to be able to go anywhere until it's great to have a dream. It's great to have that energy and inspiration and want to and oomph, but you also have to have a plan, okay? You can't just like, listen, remember the first time you got in a car? Were you able just to turn on the car and drive comfortably and successfully? Of course not. You had to learn how to drive. It's the same thing, okay? You can't go from $0 to $1 million next week without a way to earn that $1 million. That doesn't involve robbing a bank. I mean, literally, y'all, that's not a plan. That's not a plan. Because look what it says. A practical plan. So you are being urged today to sit down, take those badass dreams that you got from your heart and your soul and give them some feet to stand on, right? Don't let them just fade away. Give them some actual foundation to hold on to and to grow from, okay? Look what's on either side of this. This is damn sane because these are literally like reflecting each other perfectly. Look, first you've got Dawn. I'm talking about your practical plan here. You've got dawn, the light after the darkness, and then you've got magic, unlock the magic within. Well, look, you go from this full moon to the dawn, all right? So you're going from, you know, just having a dream, having an idea, to actually taking that practical plan and moving it into reality. You know, maybe you've gone through some kind of rough patch maybe even, and you're ready to let go of that, move past it, and start. You know, very often, and I see this in my own life even, when we've had, it feels like, even though this isn't how it works, but when it feels like life has just been given it to us, bam, 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 nonstop, right? Even though I hate to tell you this, you kind of made that happen to yourself, but we're not going to talk about that right now. When it feels like life is kicking you in the arse and you're like, oh my God, I'm tired of life just kicking me over and over and I'm ready to take it by the steering wheel and drive this ship. Yeah, this is you. This is you coming out of that darkness and ready to move forward and to you know, get some kind of control over your life. You know, even though we all know we really can't control life, we can only control our vibrations and the energy and frequency that we offer to any given situation. And life responds to the energy that we offer by bringing it back to us. Yeah. Well, it's time for you to come out of that darkness. It's time for you to start focusing on how to come out of that darkness. And it's time for you to rise above that darkness into the dawn. Look who's supporting you. The magic guardian. It's time. You're being asked to unlock the magic within. It is time for you to actually, you were blessed with an idea, with a spark of inspiration, or maybe you already are trying. You know, maybe you've already started. You know, like for instance, this is my YouTube channel. This is a idea, a spark of inspiration I had a few months ago, and so here I am. I'm already trying, and I'm trying to make it grow. Well, how am I going to make it grow? Well, I'm going to have to get that practical plan, and all of this YouTube channel came because I had lived through quite a bit of darkness, and I was ready to turn myself back and towards the light. I was ready to unlock the magic within. In other words, to turn towards the light. Remember, magic is found within you, within that central source of power that runs, you know, straight from the heavens above to the earth below. You know, as above, so below. You are the battery. You know, like when you think of an electrical charge, right? And it makes a loop. Whoop. But the electrical charge can only go from here to here, and then if there's no battery, it stops, right? Or it can only go from here to here, but if there's no battery, it stops because there's nothing to connect here to here. You put that battery in it that has energy, by the way, that energy, you give it that energy, and now with energy, it can go woo, woo, and that is you. You had this spark of, and perhaps you've been sitting in the dark and you had this spark of inspiration, but because you were sitting in the dark, you didn't have that battery. You didn't have that juice to make it go, to keep that connection flowing and going infinitely, infinitely, infinitely. But now you're coming out of the dark and somebody has given you the literal light. They put the battery in you, so now you can turn on your own flashlight. You can see your own power. You can unlock the magic within you. And look what happens when you are able to come out of that dark, when you are able to give your dreams a practical plan, give them a foot, when you are able to realize that, baby, you are magic and you can make any dang life you freaking want as long as you focus on it. Look what you get. What in the heck? You become the magician. You get to fall into this beautiful sweet spot called the vortex, where you just trust that you are in the flow. And when you trust that you are in the flow, when you trust that you are in alignment, when you trust that you have learned to unlock the magic within you and that you are the actual freaking magician calling everything you want to you, because now you've got that practical plan. You've been working on your own alignment, and because now you're in alignment and you've got a plan, whoosh. As long as you trust, because the biggest thing about creating magic is this. It's great. Now you're in alignment. It's great. You got a practical plan. It's great that you're beginning to unlock your magical possibilities. But there's one more thing, one more step we all have to do. It's not just enough to ask. It's not just enough to receive, but we have to not just enough to ask. It's not just enough to receive, but we have to surrender control and trust and have faith that it is absolutely going to work out exactly the way we think and hope and pray that it's going to. And then we receive. That's where serenity comes in. When you make that magic, when you ask, you have to surrender before you can receive, okay? Ask, surrender, receive, okay? All right, pile 3, I really love this message for you. If you found this message helpful, I post new content Monday through Friday, so I hope you will continue to come back. If you haven't already, give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. I love you if you would. And until I see you again, know that I love you so very much, and I hope you keep on praying. Bye, pile number 3. Welcome back, pile number 4. All right, if you chose this peacock ore, which is probably one of my all-time favorite stones. I saw there was this restaurant in Memphis one time that had an entire wall of this. It was the first time I ever saw it, and I was just, what is that? I have to get some now. I have like 10 pieces of it. I love peacock ore. It's so beautiful. Let's see what the cards have in store for you today there, pile number 4. Uh-oh, we're starting out with some romance. Shape shifter, transform and unveil your gifts. Ooh, looks like we're going to have some interesting romantic situations happening here. Yeah, we are. Bring love into the situation. What else we got here? Are y'all kidding me? Look here. The veil, the future, transform and unveil your gifts. What? And lastly, romance. Yes. Beautiful. Queen of Scrolls. That is the Queen of Wands. Let's start right here in the middle. Bring love into the situation. Pile 4. I love this. So whatever you were asking about, whatever your question was about for this reading, you were being asked to please try to view it through more loving eyes and to perhaps stop, what I'm hearing is that you're creating resistance by not allowing the situation to have love pouring into it. It sounds like you're creating a lot of resistance within this actual situation by not viewing it with love. It looks like there's just not a lot of good energy is what I'm feeling. And I'm feeling like you would be able to completely heal the situation, whatever this question is that you're asking about, by maybe shifting your perspective, maybe seeing it more with loving eyes, and maybe even pouring love into it as much as you possibly, if you're in a relationship that's feeling very strained, as long as it is a relationship that's worth saving, a relationship that's abusive. No, I'm not talking about that. Or you were being disrespected and treated, poorly. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about a relationship that is healthy, that maybe has just, just kind of grown apart and has had some strain, but you want to be able to heal it. You absolutely can. You can absolutely heal it by pouring more love into the situation. And look what's on either side of this. This is crazy. Look, you've got veil on either freaking side. What is really crazy about this is just this morning, in my meditation, I kind of saw a vision about the veil, and weirdly enough, my favorite number is number 4. So this is kind of creepy. The veil, the future and shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. So you're being asked for your future to be the future that you want, the future that you desire to see. You know, you're being asked to remove the veil from your eyes and to see the truth, to see through the eyes of love, because the only way you can actually see truth for what it is to not put your own limiting beliefs and bias and fears and fusion and distortion on the situation, but to ask for love to be shown to you and to be remove the veil from the situation and to see it through the eyes of love. And when you bring love into the situation, you're going to be able to transform the situation, because there is no situation in this world that love cannot transform. And when you are able to transform the situation, when you were able to take a situation that you maybe even thought was hopeless, that you could see no future for, that you thought that the future was completely gone, you saw no future for, hopeless, and pour love into that situation, when you were able to transform that situation with love, you're going to be able to heal yourself, heal the situation, and then guess what you're going to be able to do? Unveil your gifts. You're going to be able to remove the veil from your own eyes and see even more. When you bless others, you bless yourself. And that is what this is. This is a situation telling me that in order to bless yourself, you need to first bless others. Make room for your own blessings to arrive. Give your life space for blessings by giving blessings away to others. And the quickest way you can bless anyone or anything, I wish you could see me like hitting my fist together, is to bring love into the situation. And this is so freaking beautiful, because look what is on either side. Romance, which is, you know, love. And I do believe the situation has to do maybe with a romantic partnership that you're in. Okay, you're being asked to please heal your romantic partnerships, but if nothing else, please bring more love. This is the balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. This is the ultimate form of love. It's loving yourself wholly and surrendering to love and letting love steer you and guide you and trusting your own intuition. Okay, that's what this is. So when you transform, you're able to unveil your gifts, and that's what love does. It is transformative. Look here. Look what is right here beside the future. The weaver, she's literally writing the future. She's writing, drawing the picture, weaving, stitching. She's like, you know, you heard the story of fate, you know, and the thread of fate and how it weaves through your life. You know, that golden thread, that the golden string, as Taylor Swift talks about, that golden string that ties me and you together and all of our lives together. This is her. This is the weaver. This is the Queen of Scrolls, the Queen of Wands. She is here to bring joy and love and courage. She is here to bring a spark of determination for you to write your future. She is asking you, what do you want your future to look like? How do you want your future to, what would make you happiest? What is your ultimate highest future look like? You see how you have the blue and purple all around her? That is that crown and third eye. She is asking you to step high, 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 high into your highest self, your highest intuition, your highest inner knowing, your highest divinely guided inner knowing, and write the future of your dreams. Pour some love into the situation and remove the veil that's blocking you from seeing that bright and shiny future, the future that you are going to love more than anything you have ever loved, the most balanced, healthy future that you have ever known, including one where you get to see what gifts you bring to the table. And you know how simple this is? You may think I'm crazy. You may be like, it can't be this easy, but yes, it is. The first step you are being asked to do today, pile 4, is to pour some love into the situation. And as soon as you pour love into the situation, the veil will be lifted from your future. You will be able to transform, and your gifts will come forth quickly. Your future is going to be made of love, and it is made of love from you. Oh my God, I love this freaking reading. I gotta be honest though, this whole day, all the readings prior, 1, 2, and 3 have been amazing. I am really glad and feel very blessed that I get to be the one who share these messages with you. If you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. Drop down into the comments. Tell me more about what you think about today's reading. I post new comments, so I hope you will come back. And the easiest way to remember to come back is, first of all, subscribe to my channel. Give me a little love, a little like. That would be awesome. I'll pop back up in your feed if you do. And until I see you again, know how much I love you. Know how much I appreciate and I'm grateful for you. And I hope you keep on praying. Bye, pile 4. Okie dokie. And we're back. So if you chose pile number 5, how gorgeous is this? Oh, I love this stone. It's so beautiful. Or the seashell, I should say. If you chose this one, let's see what you got. All right, at first, gorgeous. The Phoenix, Judgment. Ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. This is beautiful and I love it. In the middle, we've got the full moon in Scorpio. It is time to release negativity. Oh, interesting. All right, next. Oh, beautiful. Broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. Wow. Wow. And oh my gosh, lastly, balance. Okay, pile number 5. I hope you're ready because I'm about to bring it to you. You are bringing, this beautiful old seashell is bringing the past back to you because this is what this is all about. You are being asked, you're holding on to something from your past that needs to be let go of. There is no room in your life. If you want to move forward, if you want to have a peaceful, balanced life, you have got to let go of. And I bet you, as soon as I said that, you knew exactly what it was I said that you needed to let go of, because there is a huge something from your family that you need to heal. Let's talk about it right now. Right in the middle, you have got this full moon in Scorpio. It is time to release this negativity. Something in your past, probably from your family. Let me put a big old asterisk. I don't know what an asterisk would look like that. Maybe big O asterisk here. This does not necessarily have to be your family that you grew up with. It could be your ancestors. If you knew that your ancestors, your grandparents, for instance, did something terrible, like let's say that your great uncle was Hitler. Okay, that's a really perfect example. If your great uncle was Hitler, that person might need some forgiving because his bloodline has infiltrated all your bloodline, and that energy is still in your energy, and it needs to be forgiven so that you have room to move forward. But it doesn't have to be that deep. It doesn't have to be your actual ancestors like 14 generations ago or 6 generations ago or 10 generations ago. It could be your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your grandma. It's probably your grandma. Ignore me. Oh, I'm bitter. Anyway, it is time to release negativity. Speaking of being bitter, okay? It is time to release that negativity that you were holding on to. And how do I know it has to do more than likely with your family or perhaps your generational ancestors? Because the card says so. This is the love and the legacy of our DNA and the broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. You are being asked to release the negativity and make peace with the situation that your family has caused. Somebody in your family has hurt you or hurt someone, and it is affecting you, and it is affecting you deeply, and it is still being played out even now. There is such a thing as generational trauma and generational curses. Generational trauma is like, for instance, I'm going to use my own family. My family on my mother's side, specifically my paternal mother's side, I said that wrong. Well, my mom's father's side is what I'm trying to say. My grandfather. His family, for fact, I'm sure of. I have like actual DNA proof that my family fought in the Civil War on the side of the Confederacy. My family thought it was totally cool to enslave human beings. Yeah, that's just like, what you do, right? So that ancestral trauma of thinking that we're better than somebody and that somebody is beneath us and that we have the right to enslave a human being. That energy has carried forward. Okay, I promise you, it absolutely has. We've had a lot of racism, a lot of negativity in my family. And interestingly enough, in this generation, we've got a lot of gay folks in my grandfather's family, which is hysterical to me because it's kind of like our family has to confront that now and like heal that trauma, right? But this generation, me and my cousins, we're not racist. We're not here for that. We're not going to be playing those games. So that generational trauma ends with us. So sometimes it's about releasing that negativity, even that generational trauma. And the other thing we talk about is generational curses. Now this gets a little bit deep and a little bit more energetic, but generational curses could be, let's say your great grandma, or like for instance, my cousin is literally Jesse James. I have DNA evidence to show Jesse James, you know, the outlaw, he was my actual cousin. His father was my grandfather's brother, okay? So that generational curse could be something like when Jesse James maybe killed somebody, shot somebody, maybe somebody cursed him. I mean, like literally, I don't mean like a witch, like, or a voodoo priest. I mean like literally, you know, F you, Jesse James, I hope you and all your family members burn in hell. Well, literally, they were just cursed and all their family members were just cursed, okay? Sometimes you don't have to know what the generational curse is to be a participant in it, and it is literally, have you ever seen an entire family that is like never able to get out of bad luck? It's like the mama, the daddy, the grandma, the kids, the cousins, all of them are living in like just like this mind-boggling experiment of what the fuck, right? That's probably a generational curse that needs to be healed, okay? And that is what you're being asked and required to do, pile 5. And this is a tall order for you, okay? So if it is a generational curse and you do not know what it is, you are being asked to release that negativity from your timeline, from your energetic or grid, and to heal it, to make peace from that, from the choices our ancestors gave. If you are being asked to heal a generational trauma, you're same thing. Now, if you are being asked to release the negativity of something that your family member did to you, we all have stories, don't we? You're being asked to release that negativity towards them. I know exactly who this is for me. There is no doubt. None. I need to release that negativity. I need to make peace with that person. Again, you can forgive a person. You do not have to forgive what they did to you, okay? But you are being asked to forgive, make peace with your relatives. And here is on either side of that, look, you got judgment and balance. This is such a cool freaking reading. I mean, literally, if you have time, go back and watch all 5 readings. All 5 of the readings today have been off the hook. So amazing. If you're watching this, you got really blessed today, and I am grateful that I got to be the one who blessed all of y'all. All right, look, you got judgment and balance. First of all, how much more balance can you get than the double X, the 10, the 10-10, or the, oh, I don't know, 20. This is, you know, about 20. This is this year. This is about letting go of that judgment towards our ancestors, towards the legacy of our DNA. It's about, you know, the phoenix gets burned, but then the phoenix rises from the ashes stronger than ever before. So when you release that judgment, when you make peace, when you release that negativity, when you were able to release that negativity and make peace with your ancestors, you are going to rise from those ashes stronger than ever before. You are going to come out of this balanced. You're going to come out of this feeling peace. You're going to come out of this able to, because now you have released that negativity that you've been holding on to. Because remember, all negativity is doing is creating blocks, okay? So you're just walking along, you're flowing through life, everything's going good, and bam, you hit against that negativity, and now you can't go any further. Don't y'all love it when I use my little hands to explain concepts? I do anyway. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is because you've been holding on to this negativity, you're creating resistance to your flow, okay? When you release that negativity, when you make peace, when you forgive the person, and remember that hurt people, you forgive them, you release that judgment, you make room to become this beautiful phoenix, and you make room to have this balance within your life, and you make room now that you're in balance for that flow to come to you, and you're able to get all that good, juicy life. The life is waiting to offer you. So what are you waiting for? Why are you creating resistance, pockets of resistance within your own life by holding on to that negativity and not granting the peace that you know? This message is definitely for me. I know exactly who this is for and what this is about. And I'm gonna, when I'm done tonight, I'm gonna get down on my knees and I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna Elsa that poop. I'm trying to keep, YouTube from demonetizing me, but also that poop. All right. I hope you found this helpful. Card pile number 5. If you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. Drop down into those comments. Let's discuss. Give me a big thumbs up if you haven't already. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I really wish you would. And I post new content Monday through Friday. So come back, and until I see you again, know how much I love you, and I hope you keep on praying. Bye, pile number 5.